Young Jizz, hope you are fantastic. So guys, we want long range longs. We want long range longs. The FDAX has obviously sold down aggressively since it started. Young Jizz, hope you are fantastic. Okay, so we're getting good feedback. Let me get that done. So good afternoon, everybody. I hope you are fantastic. What I'm going to do, guys, is we'll get this started. You can probably tell it's all live, which is the only way we do things. So let me get this up. We've got a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do in the next half an hour in order to get ready to rock and roll. So can I double check? Let's double check from the live trading room, double check from the LTR that you can definitely see screens, guys. Definitely see screens. And we have a fair bit of work to do. Yes, you can. I'm getting all the positives in. So welcome everybody. Hope you are fantastic. So Dan Murray, Jiz, Dan again. Hello, Steve again. Hello, you mate. I hope you guys are brilliant. Ron, how are you, mate? I hope you're fantastic. So, well, guys and girls, we want to be long. We want to be long on the NASDAQ. Now, for those of you that trade the pre-market, guys, you've literally just sold down perfectly and picked up these static bar reversals over here on the left-hand side. So, as we do want to be long on the NASDAQ, even though we are in the pre-market. If you are a pre-market trader, as that candle there is an absolutely stunning candle. It's absolutely stunning candle. I'll run you through the brief, guys. S&P 500 traders, same. You guys have sold down perfectly, picked up some absolutely textbook reversals. It was mathematically, algorithmically perfect. These ones over here, guys, have got 17 ratings on them. So anything with a 1 or 2 is good fun. 17 is just incredible. So anyway, we'll work through this. Guys, I think we're in for a busy day. Today. So to date stamp today, for those that are on YouTube, is the 20th of August. Guys, we'll clearly get our pre-brief out of the way, and guys, we'll see what we can do. I think we are going to be busy today, guys. I think we've also got to be really, really careful, guys, really careful. Again, the buying signals that are setting up at the moment, guys, on the European and American markets side by side are absolutely incredible. Right? So again, I think we're in good little session. So we'll come down to the bottom, guys. We'll do our charts. We'll sort of do our chart prep, get everybody ready to rock and roll. Again, for the S&P 500 traders, here is our Asian low marked for you here. It's exactly at 6409. Okay, 6409. Please be aware, guys, that a weekly short has not triggered on the S&P 500. That's why I'm expecting these guys to buy pretty hard. We have had the weekly short, though, trigger on the NASDAQ, guys. That's why it fell so heavily. So that weekly short trade that we were talking about only 2 days ago, guys, has triggered on the NASDAQ, and it's actually started to push the NASDAQ down. Goes quite a long way. Now, what I want to highlight today, guys, you've got a 60-minute static bar reversal long right here on this black line for the S&P 500 traders at 415.75. Now, again, that's going to be a really, really interesting little point, guys, as we come into the open. The reason being is that if we open above that point, which it looks like they want to do at the moment, even though the open's around 25 minutes away, guys, if we do close over that, it is quite a good sign that we're going to get some nice little buys. There's no question about that. Now, selling-wise, guys, you've got this -17 rated static bar reversal here. You've got this -4 rated SBR here. Absolutely incredible signals. So obviously we've marked them in our prep time. What the sellers have just done is they've cruised back down. They've picked up particularly that -17 rated SBR. They've picked it up and they've gone long again. Now for the S&P traders, guys, that's already gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's almost 5 points or 20 ticks into profit already. So if you are a good S&P 500 trader, my humble opinion, if you can do 20 ticks a day, as you are moving in the right direction. For those that don't know what that is, guys, for those that might be watching us on YouTube for the first time, right? If you can do 20 ticks, it's times $12.50 US per tick. It's $250 US per contract traded. Okay, so suffice to say that has already triggered these pre-market signals and started to run. Now, the flip side of the pre-market signals, guys, Europe is very, very angry today. We'll get to Europe shortly. Suffice to say, either the anger is going to continue, right? The anger is going to continue, and very interested, guys, on on young Steve, guys, and some of the other professional traders interested in their feedback. Key point, guys and girls, if the S&P closes underneath its S1, you can see it's actually come down, reversed off the S1 here, reversed off the S1 again. Guys, brings up such a great point, particularly for those people out there on YouTube. Guys, please make sure your pivots are defined by the futures exchange, not defined for you by a broker, right? If your pivots are in the wrong spot, they're very hard to reverse off, right? Just a little word of warning for those out on YouTube. Now, with all that said, guys and girls, if the S&P closes below the S1, we are going to go a long way to the downside. The first port of call would be these grim Fibonacci's, guys, and then ultimately I'd suggest we're going to go to the previous weekly low. Please be advised, previous weekly low is the weekly swing trigger that the NASDAQ has already triggered. The S&P 500 clearly has not triggered that at this point in time, okay, which is good. So S&P 500 traders, again, as if we do effectively fake out towards the Asian low, so here's your Asian low down here. If we fake down towards the Asian low at the start of the session, guys, and that fake out typically would occur in the first 5 to 15 minutes. If we do fake out to the downside, guys, and we can't go down, I would love all of the S&P 500 traders to go for the Asian high. Guys, the Asian high is all the way up here. Okay, so again, we're looking at really, really lovely long range longs. Guys, if Europe decides to run back to the high side, it's done nothing but sell in the pre-market. If we decide to go back the other way, S&P long range longs, please. Let me just double check. Yeah, see the 60-minute chart SBRs, guys, are already triggering. Just be really careful, guys. Really careful as we come into open. We'll come and check this, but we do need, if we're going to be buying the market, we do need, there's a very interesting level there. Okay, 421. As we're in really lovely potential longs after a big fail short. That, guys, that 4-hour static bar reversal long, guys, is also a 60-minute SBR long. Okay, now it's got a -2 rating, guys, so therefore it is, again, anything with a number, guys, is strong. 2 is really sexy, but if we start getting up like we've got down the bottom here, guys, 17s and 4s, we know what the market is going to do, which is exciting. I think you might go down before we see the turn. Yes, short-term long. For those on YouTube, I'm reading comments in the live trading room. Short-term longs. Buying what's your failure at the 60-minute 4-hour retracements once we play out. Yes. Yeah. I'm just reading numbers. so it might be just a me thing. It might be just a me thing, but I quite like just doing one thing at once and making sure we get it done correctly. 23288. 23288. I'll jump on that, mate. Perfect. So, guys, that's our S&P 500. Just be aware, guys, if we basically get above this little 4-hour static bar reversal, guys, again, if today is going to be a buying day, so if the Europeans do decide to buy the market and run the other way, guys, then we are looking for long range longs, please, on both American markets. All right, so long range longs, guys, tight as we do every day. Oh, look at the NASDAQ in the time we've just disappeared. Look at this. Okay, I don't need to remind you guys in the trading room that the charts are live, guys. Now, as I was getting ready for you guys today, I was marking up these little static bar reversals over here, and my particular focus, guys, for the NASDAQ traders, guys, you've got a -3 rated static bar reversal just over here on the left-hand side. All right, what have the sellers done? In the pre-market, they've sold back down, they've picked up those static bar reversals, and now they're running long. So the NASDAQ's gone long at least 100 ticks to the high side. Now, for young Remy, guys, young Remy loves the black diamond deltas, guys, particularly after a turn in the market. So here's our turn in the market. Guys, straight off Fibonacci, those black diamond deltas, guys, absolutely phenomenal deltas. These ones here, guys, are also relatively strong. That double, that you've got those doubles right there. If you're already long, guys, on the NASDAQ, then with your volatility at the moment, you'd be looking for a 20-tick first target and risk control point, guys, and then you're going to try and let your profit run as far as you possibly can. That's what you would be doing. Hello from Dubai. Hello from Dubai. So today, guys, we've got Well, we're going to have traders, I believe, from Austria, Germany, Italy, obviously Dubai, clearly Australia, some dropping in from New Zealand, some in Singapore, one or two in Australia, Western Australia, different country to Eastern Australia, I've been told. But suffice to say, as I think we're going to have traders coming in from everywhere, which will be good fun. Now, what I want the NASDAQ traders to keep a very, very close eye on, firstly, your weekly short has triggered, guys. So there was an absolutely beautiful sell down, guys, on the US market last night. Asia's also sold down really, really nicely. Now, the reason I'm squashing up this, is that is where I do believe we're going to go. So if the Europeans decide they're going to reverse the market, guys, if they decide they're going to reverse the market, Europeans at the moment are trying to trigger a daily short. We'll get there in a second. If they trigger the daily short, guys, inside the European cash market, then we're looking for shorts. If they can't trigger inside the cash market, guys, we're looking for longs. For NASDAQ traders, just be aware your Asian high is up here. So we'd be looking to try and trade up to the Asian high, which let me just double check my Asian high. As it's 8 a.m. my time, whoop, the Asian high is there. Sorry, slight mathematical miscalculation there. The Asian high is right there. So if we can get a really good long, guys, like if you are long on the NASDAQ already because you trade the pre-market, that big white candle, the big green candle with the 1 rating underneath it is incredible. These Delta Black Diamonds are incredible. If you're long from there, guys, we're going to try and hold it as long as we possibly can. Okay, really, really important point. So what we're going to also do, guys and girls, just be aware, Europe is very angry. The reason I mention that, guys, NASDAQ is normally hypersensitive to an angry Europe. Both Europeans are very angry today, guys. Again, probably to do with the European inflation numbers, guys, and also the UK inflation numbers, guys. The numbers are really bad. I'm not being rude, but they are really, really bad numbers. So whoever is running the UK at the moment, not being rude, but whoever is running the UK at the moment, is based on economic fundamentals, they're not doing a particularly good job. They're not doing a particularly good job. Let me just move this around. No offense to the UK crew, of course, but they're not doing a good job. Now we're going to put this 90% trace on, guys. I'm going to make it purple, so it's a little bit less offensive. The reason we're going to be doing that, guys, is if the NASDAQ does reverse, guys, if the NASDAQ does reverse off these levels here on the open, what you're actually doing, sneaky peek, is you are picking up, see this little static bar reversal short over here on the left-hand side? You're actually picking up a pre-established static bar reversal short. So very, very key swing point in the market. Why is that? You're right in the middle of your trend indicator. So right here, right in the middle of the trend indicator, as it normally does. They've caught them and said, you know what, you can't come up here. You're going to go back down. They've gone back down beautifully. That's a long way down. So we're at a very, very interesting point. The reason being is if we close over, so on European Open, if we close over that 90%, we're probably going to see some buying. If we close under that, we're probably going to see some initial selling. It's probably going to see some initial selling. Some of you who trade the pre-market, guys, might be eyeing off that static bar reversal. Right, so the short is at 23390. Guys, if you are going to be short on that one, guys, again, if you trade the pre-market, I'm going to give you a 16 tick box. All right, so there's a 16 tick box. That's probably, guys, when we launch, that's probably going to be our risk control point. All right, around about 16 ticks. We'll see how we go. For the NASDAQ traders who are looking for a very high success rate, right, should be looking for a very high success rate. Please watch for the 15-minute chart and 60-minute chart, guys. If we push down, we create a lower low, but then we can't hold on, guys, particularly the 15-minute NASDAQ chart. Guys, look at this. Man, they've already done it, but that's okay. We might see it again. Can everybody see this here? Got this beautiful sell down here. You got this beautiful cruise down here. They get caught at Fibonacci. They picked up that 15-minute chart static bar reversal just there, guys, and now they're bolting back the other way. So it is a really, really good little learning, guys and girls. If we get above the 100%, that purple 100%, then there's quite a few Fibonacci's we could work through on the way back up again. We may end up with a 15-minute chart bias switch here. Guys, let me just go and modify the trend indicator. Let me just jump on this for you quickly. I'm going to jump on the trend indicator. And I am going to say, I want you to calculate on the tick. Right. Now, again, guys, if our trend indicator turns green, everybody knows what that is. We're looking for a change of trend. We're looking for really, really long range longs, right? Which falls in alignment, actually ultimately falls in alignment with what we've been talking about. Now, for the Europeans, guys, FESX 15 minutes out, so we've got good time. Guys, this cannot be. I'm amazed. I'm amazed. There are trading rooms out there that trade the NASDAQ and S&P and don't look at the FESX. This, not being rude, guys, not being rude. For those in the trading room, you know this is where the big boys and girls hang out. There is no question about that. This is, guys, this one here, that little black line is an incredibly strong 4-hour short. Like, I haven't seen a stronger one in a long time. I haven't seen a stronger one in a long time. Just above here on the FESX, guys, 5472, absolutely stunning 4-hour short. So what they've actually done, guys, as soon as we got the data, they've pushed up here, closed the gap on the FESX, which everybody knows is already a warning that we're in for a really dynamic day. Like, these guys are ready to rock and roll, right? So that is really important point, guys. The big boys and girls in Europe have already satisfied their gap close. Now, what does that ultimately mean? As they basically cruised down on the pre-market candle, triggered a 4-hour short, then on the next candle triggered a 4-hour short. Now, again, as we have also opened in a very, very strong 4-hour short for the FESX traders. So what it ultimately means is if we do get a reversal candle, guys, on the FESX and the FDAX simultaneously, it is likely to go a long way very quickly. Guys, a long way very quickly. Now, we've got no news today. Guys, S&P volume was 55,000 as I started my preparation. Guys, we're now at 60,000, so the volume is rising quickly. It's the highest volume day we've had so far, guys, in the last week or so. It's the highest volume day we've had. There is European news tonight, guys, but has absolutely nothing to do with our trading time slot. Right? If you're trading a little bit later on, such as the US pre-market, guys, you will have to be aware that there's a bit of news hanging around. Right? No question about that at all. Now, finally, up here to the FDAX, guys, I would love, guys, I'm not a pre-market trader, but I would love to be long on the FDAX at this point in time. This failure down here at this, there's a 4-hour, it's a 4-hour failure point right here, guys, right there. Beautiful, stunning 4-hour failure point. Again, they've cruised back down right to the extremities of that 4-hour Fibonacci. So again, we're looking for really, really good long-range longs. What we have to be careful of, guys, what we have to be careful of just today is please be aware that when the FDAX opened, guys, it's basically cruised through, the data came in, we've got this beautiful purple gap to close. What's occurred is they've cruised up here, hit 379, which is a daily short, and then they've just plummeted into a daily short. So to get a really, really good reversal coming back the other way, just like on the NASDAQ and the S&P today, we're going to need dual market agreement. Guys, we're going to need both European markets to say, hey, please reverse. What we don't want to do is we don't want to actually reverse the FDAX long, guys, without agreement from the FESX. So we're going to have to keep a very close eye on that. Now, yesterday's low, guys, we've got a daily short here. They're already in a daily short at 379. So you've got double daily shorts that have triggered. Guys, now the beauty of that, 332, guys, 332 is a very strong long on the FDAX. Now, if these guys are literally just hunting sort of to find out where the buyers are sitting, guys, these big sellers have cruised in here. If they're basically just hunting for where all the buyers are, guys, and they can find some really lovely buyers, we're looking at an incredible reversal going back the other way. Guys, and that 66 pink Fibonacci there, guys, again, very, very powerful level. Today on the FDAX, it's actually held up the selling campaign the first time. And we've got a daily blue Fibonacci. I'd suggest for the FDAX traders, guys, what the FDAX is going to do today is going to try and catch up with the NASDAQ. NASDAQ's had a big fall since last night. So again, for those that are going to be very, very careful on the FDAX, guys, we're going to be looking for static entries today. Right? So just be ultra careful, guys, ultra careful on the opening candle. And I say that without being dramatic. We have already closed the gap on the FESX. Guys, I note that the FDAX has not closed its gap. Mathematically, it must go back to its gap. It doesn't have to happen today, though. It does not have to happen today. It could happen in a couple of days' time. So just be a little bit careful. just because we've got these US markets actually reversing really, really nicely. Let me just put this in place. 369. Well, 369 is also a 4-hour short. All right, so we'll put all that in place, guys. Make sure that make sure we can fatten out these charts. At this stage, guys, FDAX traders, we've got about 9.5 minutes. That's a lot of time. There's a lot of time in our perspective. I would be particularly careful today, particularly careful of a pre-market box reversal long, guys, on open. I'm just going to grab some microphones, guys, while I'm navigating the charts. I'm going to grab those simply because I do think we're going to get off to a pretty fast start. I do think we're going to get off to a pretty fast start. The FDAX traders know, guys, to be very, very careful, guys, very, very careful of a long immediately on open. Let me just watch these 60-minute charts, guys. The 60s, so the 60 close, I'm going to leave the NASDAQ here. I'll leave the NASDAQ here as we cruise into the close. The reason being, we go back to the 5-minute chart. For those of you that were sort of looking at what I was doing before, guys, and you saw these guys cruise up here and tag that static bar reversal, some of you may be short on the NASDAQ already, guys. So I gave you that entry price of 390. Now, if you are short, guys, if you are short on the NASDAQ at 390 already, guys, if you are short on that, then naturally, guys and girls, you would be looking to control your risk as we lead into the European Open, guys, in case they decide to bolt in one direction. So as you expand charts, guys, SP 500 is also, guys, also set up a really, really lovely static bar reversal short, guys, off multiple pivots. Guys, multiple pivots. So don't be surprised, guys. Don't be surprised if Europe is angry, which it is. We'll put our Fibonacci's in place. If Europe is angry, guys, don't be surprised at all if we see the American markets potentially sell down a little bit further. If they do, we could be picking up long-range longs. We could be picking up long-range longs. 2388. Let me just go and jump on that. Okay, let me jump on that. Make sure my numbers are correct. This 2388 is a really, really important level. What's 2388? Okay, right up here. So we'll put a little box around it. That was our little risk control box. We put another one back on. Again, if these guys close, and we've got around about 7 minutes, which is a relatively long time, guys, in our game. If these guys were to close, guys, over the top of the 90% fib, okay, then we're going to see some buying. If they push up here, fail badly, and come back down, we're probably going to see a bit of a sell. All right, so just be aware, though, as we come into the open, we typically give Europe at least 5 minutes to sort themselves out. I'm really liking, guys, the OSR today for the FDAX traders and the FESX traders. That's going to make our job really, really simple. Again, guys, just warning you, if you've just logged in, guys, a couple of you coming in now, the gap is closed on the FESX, so we are in for a volatile day. The volume on the SP 500 does suggest as well, guys, that we're going to pick up a ton of trades. Guys, so the volume would suggest around about 12 to 14 trades. So I think we're going to be, busy. There's no doubt. Now, if my 4-hour chart goes any lower, if I go any lower, I'm actually going to run out of Fibonacci's. All right, now that means technically we're about to trade outside that Fibonacci range. This one just here. So what I might do, guys, what I might do in preparation for a potential sell down, okay, in preparation for that, because once they're outside the Fibonacci, so that's the old 4-hour 100%. Now, the reason this is so important, guys, is we know how much the FDAX loves the 50% on the 4-hour chart. There is going to be a Fibonacci, guys, there is going to be a Fibonacci that runs from there to there. Okay, there's going to be a bigger 4-hour fib. Now, what does that mean? Okay, so we have just below us here, these very, very key levels. You see where that green fib is from. Let me see where the green fib is from. That's the 233. We don't need that fib, guys. We've been using that fib for a while. I would suggest, whoops, I would suggest we don't need that one. I suggest we don't need that one. Let me see. There is going to be a 4-hour Fibonacci on here. Check our time, 3 minutes. We've got a ton of time to get ready. So there is going to be a Fibonacci there. Okay, now because it's off the 4-hour chart, let's have a look. All right, now let's just see what these guys do. Where's our 133? So the 133, guys, is all the way down here. That is right in the middle of that 4-hour Fibonacci there. Okay, now we do have this monthly, guys. We do have this monthly 133 hovering just below where we are at the moment. That has historically been a really, really lovely level. Well, it's historically over the last sort of 4 or 5 weeks, it's been a great level. So that's okay. We'll come into, guys, we'll come into the open as we always do. So we are live on YouTube today. For those of you that do like dropping comments on YouTube, some of you do. Damsey, how are you? Well, I hope you're fantastic. Your mic is ready to roll. Cody, your mic is ready to roll. Andy, your mic's ready to roll. Andy number 2, guys, is not with us today. He's, as you guys know, he's on holiday at the moment. So if he's watching on YouTube, hello to Andy in the UK. I hope you're really, really well. So we'll let these guys open. We've just got a higher high on FDAX, guys. So they have gifted us, I should say, some really, really lovely intel. This little higher high, guys, if they were to sell down, so if the FDAX traders do sell down, guys, we may be looking at a Fibonacci extension. Guys, at this point in time, it's going to look like that. That sends them, guys, that sends the 5-minute chart reversal traders down around the S2. Interesting point. It takes us down to a pink Fibonacci and also the S2 all the way down there and the 133 fib. Now, guys, I've said it a couple of times. Please do be very careful today, particularly if you're on YouTube, guys, and you're watching us. The reason being is there's three or four little danger indicators for us on the European Open. Three of the four are already in place today. So I am suggesting, guys, we're probably going to move relatively quickly. There's 2 minutes to go. I'm just double checking Fibonacci's. That level is absolutely spot on the mark, 23623. Guys, if we do get a wriggle on the SP 500, guys, if we do get a wriggle on the traditional target, guys, the 50 fib of the day is going to be brilliant. Guys, if we do pick up a really, really lovely efficient long, guys, or black diamond deltas, you've got a target there. What have you got, mate? You've got a 23623. So we're talking about 23623. Holy moly, 23623. I'll go 23630. I'll go that 141.4 fib. So for those that do hold for very, very long range targets, so it's very long range targets. If we do get a really, really sort of brazen little sell down on FDAX, guys, that doesn't really go far quickly, guys, and you can find a buy signal that you really like the look of, guys, we're looking at this 90% fib retracement here, guys, just be very careful, particularly in the first 60 seconds of European Open, guys. These guys could go absolutely manic today, so just be a little bit careful. All right, guys, we'll just let them come to us. Got 43 seconds. So, guys, just make sure you've got the right accounts on. Always make sure you've got all your copy trading software in place if you are copy trading. Guys, please also look for, as I do at about this time, guys, I look for 15-minute chart Fibonacci's. Look for 15-minute chart extensions. Guys, let's just let these guys open. Wow, they're very angry. So let's do our best today, guys. We'll follow our plan. We'll do exactly what we're told. Don't make any trades up, guys. That's a very, very dangerous hobby. All right, so just let them, guys, just let them bop along and do what they're ultimately doing. Guys, now we are very early on in the opening candle, guys. So if you are a delta trader on FDAX, guys, we are looking at deltas triggering, but we're also very, very early in the opening candle. It's very, very early indeed. So just as ultimately you'd want the buyers and the sellers to sort themselves out correctly. Okay, here come the sellers. So just let them sell. Just let these guys sell. Let them relax. Let them sort themselves out. We've just got down to that orange 133 extension. For the advanced traders, guys, the black diamond delta on FDAX is tradable if you trade the opening candle. So not everybody does trade the opening candle. Again, just watch this FESX, guys. FESX normally goes to the 50 fib of the day in the opening candle. It's done that very, very aggressively. It's very aggressively. So that means that the buyers on the FDAX will have to get a very serious wriggle on. Those deltas, guys, on the FDAX are valid. So the deltas are valid on the FDAX if you are a delta trader. Now I'm on the original delta after the touch of the 133 orange extension as per the pre-brief. Guys, I've just been taken out with my trailing stop on FDAX at 18 points per contract. Guys, 18 points per contract across 4 accounts simultaneously. Okay, so 18 points per contract. I've gone off that 133 extension, guys. Once they're pushed down twice, I've then picked up the black diamond delta going long. I've picked up the black diamond delta going long. Let me just double check. 15 points, not 18 points, 15 points per contract. So for the FDAX traders, guys, if you picked up that exact trade and you're copy trading, please make sure that your copy trading is done, guys, that the order's been picked up on all accounts and gone back the other way. It's 437, guys, $437 per account for those that are doing maths. The delta is valid again, guys, at 293 on FDAX. If you are going to go long, guys, at 293 on FDAX, it's a 5-point first target and risk control, please. 5-point first target and risk control. Yeah, geez, it's a good little trade. I mean, I only ever take the opening candle if we get the 133 fib extension failure. I mean, now, mind you, for the 4-hour Fibonacci traders, look at this. You guys have had a ball. All right, so next trade, guys, at this point in time, if the NASDAQ gives us an efficient buy signal to the high side here, guys, and the SP 500 gets over the top of these 2 pivots, guys, we're going long. If we get a red diamond delta short on the NASDAQ, guys, we're looking for a short. The reason being the S&P 500 is trading up here, guys, into yesterday's low. Guys, what does that ultimately mean? That ultimately means that we need to be very aware that if the buyers fail on the S&P, we're looking for sells on the NASDAQ. All right, now this is a very interesting candle on FDAX. If you have gone long again, guys, on the FDAX at 293, okay, you need it to go to 298. All right, so 298 to your first target. That's the 50 fib, guys, the 50 fib on the daily chart. Please be advised, I don't want you entering the FDAX on the last 90 seconds. So if you've taken the trade, all right, mate, if you've taken the trade, guys, well done. That's okay. If you haven't taken the trade, we're going to get a lot of trades today, guys. I'm expecting 12 to 14 trades based on the current volatility. NASDAQ, you would be getting very, very ready, guys, for a static bar reversal short. Nice static bar reversal short. You've got reasonable ratios. What I would suggest at this stage, guys, we want a tiny little candle here. We want a tiny little candle. Okay, I would love to be under the 50 fib, okay, which it looks like it's doing. I'd love agreement from the S&P. Advanced S&P 500 traders, you guys are short already, please. So what you've done is you've picked up this cluster of static bar reversals over here on the left-hand side. So again, provided the buyers stole the stair step over here, which they did, guys, your static bar reversal entry for the S&P 500 traders, guys, mathematically perfect entry is right there, right? For those that don't mind a historical entry. Okay, FDAX at this point in time, guys, As I would suggest, let's have a look. I would love, don't just run without us, please. I would love to see a lower low, guys, in order to pick up another reversal. The climactic reversal on FDAX has run without any selling at all, guys. It's literally just bolted back the other way. That's okay. I'm not expecting these buyers to last very long on FDAX. Basically because of the price formation of the FESX. So again, guys, so we've done okay on the opening candle. The NASDAQ traders, your entry, the static bar reversal entry is now assuming a close over the 50 fib of the micro trend, which I don't like. I don't like that entry. The only entry the NASDAQ traders could get is you've got effectively a double failure reversal. You might enter under the 86, guys, they're fast. You might enter under the 88.6 Fibonacci. Guys, now that is only for people that trade Fibonacci. Guys, we don't actually have a static signal we're allowed to take yet, because the static signal with an entry down here assumes a close over the 50 fib of the micro trend. Okay, so we just be very careful, guys, with what they do today. Please, they're going to be very, very careful with what they do. The 50 fib, guys, the 50 fib of the micro trend is right here. I've got it marked on the chart. So we have to be very, very careful about going short on the NASDAQ, guys, because of the 50 fib of the micro trend. Okay, now that being said, I haven't seen the sellers come in. I have not seen the sellers come in on the FDAX yet. The buyers on the S&P, guys, and NASDAQ look to be very, very strong. So the 50 fib of the micro trend, very, very important rule, guys, very, very important rule. Now, with all of that said, the sellers are now starting to show on Europe. Right, so we'll just let these sellers come in. Key point, guys, today, I think we're going to get a lot of trades. So please don't sort of rush into things that, oh, I've got to do this, like I've got to do that. We're only kind of 7.5, 8 minutes into the session. We don't need to rush. We don't need to rush trades. I'm expecting FDAX to sell down first. Guys, they're not doing a very good job of it, but I'm expecting them to sell down, simply based on the price movement of the FESX. Now, if we don't get that price moving down, as what I'm looking for the FDAX traders, ultimately what I'm looking for is a sell down, as it would be wonderful if they sell down here around the 133. Absolutely brilliant if they do that. If we do pick up a long on NASDAQ, guys, again, we're going to go for very long range targets, guys, as I briefed everybody before. All right, so we are going to be going for long range targets. Same for the FDAX traders, particularly, guys, on the OSR trades that are probably going to be setting up shortly. All right, so here comes the FDAX. I'm expecting it to sell down. Guys, I've got no valid long I can put you back in. Right, now we have a lower low. Guys, we're looking for a pre-market box reversal long. Guys, on the FDAX, guys, at 285. The way these guys are selling, though, guys, I don't think we're going to get an option. We certainly won't get an option. We're not going to enter in the last 90 seconds. So what does it mean for the FDAX traders at this point in time? We can only go short, guys. We can only go short. We can't go long. All right, so we can only go short. We can't go long. At the moment, that red diamond delta is assuming a close over a pivot, okay, which is what we don't want to do. Okay, we don't want to do that. NASDAQ, guys, is looking like, and potentially NASDAQ and S&P 500 could be setting up buying signals. So if you are going to buy the NASDAQ, thank God for the 50 Fibonacci rule. If you are going to buy the NASDAQ, guys, we're looking for a structured retrace and a structured rejection. Guys, now this is super important. Super important. So for the NASDAQ, guys, I want to see the sellers before the buyers. I would love, guys, the S&P 500 to close up here. They might be trying to trigger a 4-hour long. Guys, it's also a static bar reversal long on the S&P. I do want the NASDAQ traders, if you're going to go long, guys, to try and hold it for the longest range target you possibly can, please. Now, it's going to be a really strong candle. Come on. Okay, it's a very strong candle. Guys, now the key point with the very strong candle, guys, it didn't close outside the range of the previous candle. Slow down, Tiger. The S&P, guys, has gapped onto a pivot. Right, so at this stage for the NASDAQ traders, there is a long, guys, there is a long, but you don't have the support of the S&P 500. Right, so there is a long, guys. The long is at, guys, exactly 403.50, exactly 403.50. Now, again, you don't have the support of the S&P. It's a valid long. Guys, just be aware that if the S&P 500 closes over those double pivots, guys, in 4 minutes and 20 seconds, then the support will be on. You guys have already got a structured retrace. So you've already got a structured retrace. If you are going to go long, guys, on the NASDAQ, if you are going to go long on the NASDAQ, based on current volatility, I'd be looking at least, guys, at least a 16. Guys, so a 16 tick risk control point, which looks like this. So we would want to make sure that, guys, we're aware of the 50 fib of the day. We know about that. Yes, we know about that. Okay, we would want to try and give this, guys, as much time as it possibly can. Certainly 3 minutes and 42 seconds as a minimum. Guys, the risk for the NASDAQ traders is a little bit high. The risk is a little bit high. The Fibonacci, though, does take you to an incredible target. Right, so a couple of pros and cons on this one. Well, there's a couple of pros and cons on NASDAQ. All right, for the long range target traders, your risk control point is up here. So Fibonacci suggests this trade's going to go really well on NASDAQ. At this stage, guys, at this stage, for the slightly more advanced traders, your risk control point, or your second target, I should say, guys, is around about the 40 tick mark. What we're looking for is we're looking for these guys to push through the 16 tick, guys, through the 16 ticks, which allows us to control our risk on all of our long range targets. Guys, I really need that S&P 500. Guys, I really need that S&P 500 to close over the top of yesterday's low. And so that's why I said we don't quite have the support of the S&P yet. Guys, if we close over these key levels and the S&P does get much higher, as you can see this 6421, as if we do get much higher, we are highly likely to pick up a really lovely buying signal, guys, on like a long range buy signal. For those that are feeling a little bit of adventurous on NASDAQ, guys, if you don't mind holding up to 15 minutes, we're trying to trade all the way up here. This is what we're ultimately trying to do. Well done, mate. 5-minute retracement just before open. Well done, mate. That's fantastic. So some of you are already long. Steve is already long for massive targets, mate. So well done. I think that's fantastic. For those that have entered, guys, on the candle inside the European session, you've got a structured retrace. Mathematically, the trade is very strong. Mathematically, it's got a rating of 40, 40. So that's a super strong candle. They should, if we give them enough time and we get support from the S&P, they should be able to push here. 15,133,642. Greg, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So let me just have a quick look. So I need that NASDAQ, guys. I need the NASDAQ to push through 20 ticks. All right, what I'm looking for is any kind of reason why they would be stalling. I've got now that's a very ugly extension there. Okay, let me get a better extension. That's a very ugly extension. At this point in time, guys, at this point in time, this trade is looking really good on NASDAQ, guys. If you can just hold on for the boom, boom, booms, like literally the bouncings. FDAX, if we get back inside the pre-bottom, we're looking for a really lovely long. S&P traders, sorry, NASDAQ traders who are long. Okay, NASDAQ traders who are long. You've gone through your 20 tick target. So again, this is a 40 rated candle, guys. 40 rated. We've got to sometimes just trust the math, all right? So we've gone through our 20 tick target. Guys, we've gone through our 20 tick target. Experienced traders, you're going for a 40 tick first target, which is just there, right? You are literally a whisker underneath your 40 tick target. 19 seconds to go. No new trades on FDAX. Guys, if the NASDAQ closes over the 50 of the day, guys, we're going to see a little bit of a push by the buyers. If that doesn't occur, we're going to see the sellers show. So if you're new to trading, guys, if you're new to trading, I'll give you a 20 tick box. Okay, you've gone through your 20 tick target. Guys, now I would suggest you've got nothing at risk on your trade. Guys, now we've got a very strong 15-minute chart here, guys. Now, the key with the 15-minute chart is they've got to try and close in that 4-hour static bar reversal. All right, so at this stage, no new signals, guys, no new signals on the FDAX. For the OSR traders on FDAX, guys, if we were to push down, guys, and get anywhere near the OSR, guys, so anywhere near the OSR, push through the OSR, we could be picking up a long on FDAX at 260. I could be picking up a long at 260. 15-minute 13642, 6422, 6422. Okay, thank you, Greg. Very much appreciated. Okay, so at this stage, as if you've gone long on the NASDAQ, guys, it took a while to take off, but it's gone as far as it needs to. Now, we're going to end up with two schools here, guys. Those people there will be people out there that went long, guys. They failed at the 50 fib of the day. You may have already gone short and gone back the other way. If you're a very, very small sort of position trader, as in out, in, out, in, out, you may have done that. I'll also have people that are still long on the NASDAQ that are going to try and hold long for 15 minutes. As my idea would be that you hold long on the NASDAQ, goes to at least the 161.8 Fibonacci extension, all right, which ironically puts us here at the second target zone we picked. All right, so we're okay. So we've got ATMs triggering. We're good. Okay, we're on the right side, guys. We're on the right side of the market, which is good. Now, FDAX, guys, since our opening little saute, which went very, very well, we haven't got another trade. What I'm looking for at this point in time is that is a static bar reversal straight back into the pre-bottom. As we did get a push down towards the OSR. Some of you are actually eyeing off, so not now. Some of you are eyeing off a push down to the OSR, then entering over the top of the body of that particular SBR candle. Guys, now I like entering outside the range, guys, simply because I want a very high success rate. But at this point in time, I can't, guys. I'm assuming a close over a pivot, all right, which not allowed to do. So young Cole is in YouTube. So if you're logging into YouTube to say hello, please don't be shy, guys. Please don't be shy. Please don't be shy on that one. Again, I enjoy answering comments, guys, right across the board. So we'll see how we go. So young Cole, hello, mate. I hope you are fantastic. So FDAX, again, OSR set, no new trades at this point in time. FESX, again, guys, we'll keep a very close eye on these guys today. The FESX has just cruised up. Very, very strong 4 hours short, guys. Mathematically perfect 4 hour short. So mathematically perfect signal. What we need to be very aware of is that if the Europeans do decide to reverse, they've actually done nothing but sell down the whole day. If they do decide to reverse up, it's going to be really good fun. If we close back inside the FDAX pre-bottom, as if we were to do that, then we're going to take that black diamond delta long, guys, that you can see it literally right inside the pre-bottom there. 284, if we do pick that up, guys, we're going to try and go for the upper OSR. Okay, we're very, very constrained OSR-wise today. It's very constrained on the Europeans. So I don't think they've finished, guys. I don't think this is the end of the session. I think we've got a lot more to come. Now, with the NASDAQ, so with the NASDAQ, there will be some of you that have sold under the 50 fib, guys. For the beginner folks, for the beginner traders, guys, I'm looking for a higher high to join in that sell. What I would prefer, guys, if the SP 500 closes over this 6421 level. So if we close over 6421, if the NASDAQ closes over the 50 fib of the day, guys, then I'm actually looking to try and pick up these black diamond deltas long. So the one I'm actually targeting, guys, is that one there. Guys, that one right there. The reason I'm targeting that is because it's outside the range of an efficient candle. The only reason we can't go long is the 50 fib of the day. Guys, if we do close over, the 50 fib, we've got around about 12 seconds to go. If we close over the 50 fib and we stay over the 50 fib, Guys, we're looking for a long, otherwise we're looking for shorts. All right, so a couple of caveats. We're under the 50 fib on the NASDAQ. Guys, we're under the 50 fib. So if these guys do push up, guys, if they do push up, create a double top or a higher high, guys, there is a reversal underneath the 50 fib of the day, guys, at 409, right, at 409. Now, there's no Fibonacci concern with that trade. Well, so there's no Fibonacci concern. I would still love to be long, guys. For those people that are still long, I know that we've got people that are still long. If you are still long, guys, we've just gone to the 133 fib extension, which is ultimately where we wanted them to go. Some of you guys, as per the brief, are trying to hold long for a full 15 minutes. Guys, if you can hold long, guys, to at least the daily low. Giz, thank you. ES is into the 50 fib of the day. Thank you, mate. Very important. So for the NASDAQ traders, guys, do I have anybody that's still long on the efficient candle looking to hold for up to 15 minutes? Because if you are, the first port of call is the 133. Ideally, guys, on a volatile day, we're going to get up to around about the 161. If the SP 500 gets stuck at the 50 fib of the day, which has just been pointed out by Giz, guys, then we're probably going to pick up reversals short. Okay, Tio, well done. Long and NQ Bex from the 430 candle. So amazing. And guys, there are some traders that are going to be sitting short at 409 if you are a reversal trader. Guys, now, again, if you're going to go short at 409, guys, if that is your trade, let me just work out where your stair step is. Yeah, Beck, that's a beautiful trade. If you want your mic turned on, Bex, please jump on me. Okay, you're long from the 430 candle. That's the 430 candle your time, Bex, which is the 330 candle my time. Oh, Beck, we were talking about exactly this scenario here in the pre-brief, saying all these guys have done is they've sold down here, pick up these beautiful reversals over there, and then just gone long. So if you're long from down there, Beck, that is absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, so guys, the people that are long going for the 133 fib extension, you've just tagged your long range target to the tick. Some of you are looking at going short, guys, under the 50 fib of the day. Some of you are looking at going short under the NASDAQ 50 fib of the day. As if you are going to go short under the 50 fib, guys, we're talking about the entries at 0.9. Guys, your risk control point will be 0.5. Now, that's for those people that are looking for a higher high and you're reversing short off a pivot. Guys, I've just got to keep a very close eye, guys, on what these markets are doing. They are moving really quickly today, which is fantastic. Which is fantastic. MJ, you went off the static bar reversal on FDAX. Well done. Well done. FDAX traders, at this point in time, we are looking for the FDAX traders, guys. Look at these buyers on NASDAQ, guys. They are super strong. So for those that are still long on NASDAQ, guys, you're on the right side of the market. Guys, if we get a big, strong, efficient candle here, again, the static traders, all right, I don't think you're going to get your long. Guys, geez, you had a negative. I don't think we're going to get the short, guys, under the 50 fib of the day, because this candle is not going to close under the 50 fib, guys, it's not going to close under the 50 fib without a very heavy sell down. FDAX at this point in time, Murray, well done. So you got short. Okay, Giz. Okay, for those that are on the FDAX, guys, if we do close, so buyers have just stolen the stair step. Okay, if we do close over the top of the upper OSR, guys, if we do close over the top of that in 36 seconds, then everybody long, guys, everybody long is on the right side of the market. There is no question about that. The flip side of the no question about that, the FDAX, guys, is highly likely to close, guys, guys, over the top or gap over the top of the OSR. Guys, if it does do that, it is a valid buy signal long. NASDAQ is pushing, guys, very, very happily through to the 161.8 we spoke about earlier. So for Beck and all those people that are long, guys, I want you to hold long. We've been long for 15 minutes. Again, guys, we're not going to sell the NASDAQ short unless we have agreement from the SP 500. Now, the NASDAQ, guys, has just gone to the 161.8 fib extension to the tick, guys, which is exactly where we would expect it to go based on the strength of that candle. I think we're looking for static shorts at this point in time, guys. We're looking for static shorts. As in NASDAQ, let the candle close before we take a trade, please. And at this stage, you would need these guys to close under the 50 fib of the day, guys, for the S&P 500 for these guys to go short. Now, that being said, for the FDAX traders, you've closed outside the range of the OSR. So reality is you can go long on the FDAX. Guys, it is pushing into the S1. So what you would ultimately need to do is you would need to, once you are in on that trade at 317, guys, your first target is 322, right? Your first target is 322. You've just gone through your first target. Guys, what does it ultimately mean for the FDAX traders? It is an incredible long signal. You've gone through your first one. Guys, you would need to control your risk. And ideally, the FDAX second target, guys, for the slightly junior traders is the 150% retrace. As for the FDAX traders, for those with experience, I'd want you to try and trade all the way to the open, please. Okay, all the way to the open. Anybody long on the NASDAQ, guys, that is a valid long signal, guys, on the NASDAQ. Right, so you've got a valid, efficient 3-rated candle long. Guys, if you have gone long, we can get rid of that extension now. As NASI traders, if you have gone long, it is a valid long. MJ, you got 20 points off the FDAX. That's a huge trade. For the experienced FDAX traders, I want you to try and hold to the 200% extension, 200% extension, minus some loose change, guys. So a target of 360 on FDAX would be absolutely immaculate if you can do it. As why are we pushing through a pivot on the FDAX, guys? Because the FESX is in no man's land. So we can push pivots, guys, on the FDAX, no questions at all, because the big boys and girls are really, really, really strong. MJ, you got a 50 on the second. Okay, is that a 50 target or that's your goal of 50? Because that's a huge goal. That's huge. All right, so anybody, guys, did I get anybody going long, guys, over the top of the NASDAQ candle? Now, again, if you have gone long on the NASDAQ, guys, just here, I just put a circle on it so you can see it. If you have gone long, guys, it's a 20-tick first target. What we're now looking for is we're looking for the S&P and the NASDAQ to fail simultaneously. If that does occur, guys, we're looking for shorts. Otherwise, we can only go long. Okay, we can only go long. Okay, mate, so MJ, you took a 20 and 50 off the SBR. Okay, mate, well, it's a massive target. It's a massive, massive, massive target. So well done. Okay, so what I need to do, guys, we've got a couple of negatives on the NASDAQ. Okay, what I should have said to you guys is you're back into the 50 fib of the micro trend, so please don't go short, as opposed to it's an aggressive short. I should have said don't go short. All right, so that's my fault. Guys, we will go and get that money back. Now, some of you do trade, guys. Some of you do trade the NASDAQ reversals off pivots. Guys, that red diamond delta, guys, on NASDAQ is valid if you're going to take a short range target. Guys, so a short range target, guys, I would ultimately need to see the market move down through that V2 delta, guys, is a very, very strong trade. Ideally, guys, we're in the last 90 seconds of the candle, so we would want this current candle to lock in like it currently is. All right, we'd want that to basically close where it is. We want the S&P 500 to close under the 50 fib, guys, under the 50 fib of the day. It is mathematically an incredibly strong signal, guys, incredibly strong signal for a 20-tick target. Let me see if there's a Fibonacci issue. There should not be a Fibonacci issue with this one. All right, let me just double check. That's going to be the worst case Fibonacci. No, there is not a Fibonacci issue there. What we do have to be aware of on NASDAQ, guys, is just beyond your target zone is the 50 fib of the day, right? So just beyond your target zone. NASDAQ, you are ideally pushing down, guys, for your first target at 412. Come on, sweetheart. Off you go, please. 412. Off you go. 412. 412. No, 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 no. That's come on. Smash 412, please. They're kissing 412. Guys, that will trigger some of your risk control. S&P looks like it wants to go a little bit further, guys. So NASDAQ traders, you should be fine. If you're off that delta, and that's such a great little reference point for the FDAX traders. Sorry, guys, I've missed your short off yesterday's low. Right, so buyers on the stair step. There's an incredible short just there. My lesson for the NASDAQ traders, guys, that is our first static reversal entry. That's our first static entry short, and we've absolutely killed it. Every other trade has been a static long, and they've all gone where they need to go. So some of you might be looking at that going, okay, I took a little negative on the NASDAQ today because it was a dynamic entry. I might switch to static entries and run a very, very high success rate. Now, if you are short on the NASDAQ, guys, it's gone way beyond 20 ticks. So that's obviously phenomenal. It's phenomenal. If we can go down through the 50 fib, guys, if we can get down through the 50 fib, we're going to move down here, which gives you a 20 and a 60. Let me just double check. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. It's a 20 and 80. So if you do want a slightly longer range target, guys, 397.50, 397.50, or around about the 80 tick mark is a really, really awesome target. Shelton, nice work. You picked up the DAX short, mate. Well done. Well done, well done, well done, well done. All right, now I've just got to, again, we spoke about that delta right there. Then the FDAX, we got caught a little bit. Okay, MJ's gone long, guys, on that static bar reversal. Okay, huge trade, guys. I didn't get that trade, guys, and then I've missed the reversal just here. I've missed the reversal just there. And the 21 rated long, guys. If anybody went long over the top of that candle there, again, nice little retrace, early rejection. You guys have gone really, really well. Okay, now I've missed a couple of trades over there, guys. Just putting the circles on so I know what you've done. I'm not claiming for a moment that I've called all of those trades, but we've called enough trades for the FDAX traders to be very profitable. Andy, nice work, mate. Well done. Now, NASDAQ traders, you're still moving on your trade at this stage. Right, so you're still moving on your trade. We just going to put circles on again, guys, otherwise lose track. We traded that efficient candle long. Okay, on the NASDAQ, guys, 40 rated candle long, which was brilliant. We did have a negative, guys, for those that went short under the 50 of the day. I should have said to you, don't go short under the 50 of the day. It's into the 50 fib of the micro trend. So that's my mistake, guys. That's my mistake. So please note that down. Please also note, guys, every time we've had a static candle, so that's a static entry, static entry, static entry. Every time we've had a static entry, it's actually gone to target if it's filled the entry point, which is really important. That's really important. Now, for the FDAX at this stage, guys, if we close a nice big fat efficient candle, guys, over the top of the OSR, over the top of yesterday's low, guys, so don't go short, guys, under yesterday's low in the last 90 seconds of the candle. Guys, if we get above yesterday's low with a big efficient candle here, if we get above that, then we're looking at a really lovely long. Now, do I have anyone, guys, short on the NASDAQ to that target zone of 397.50? Reason being is you're on target now, guys, for an 80 tick trade. Is anyone short on the NASDAQ or the SP 500, guys? Identical signals. Is anyone short on the NASDAQ for longer range targets? Because you see we're massaging these ones right now. Martin, well done, mate. That is fantastic. Well done. So if you are short, guys, if you are short for longer range targets, incredible static entry, guys, incredible static entry. It's got a rating of -4. Guys, so for those into mathematics, it's a very, very strong signal. A very strong signal. Beck, you got 2 times 16, 41 and 180 on NQ. So you were on the NASDAQ long from 3:30 my time. That's a stunning trade, Beck. Love your ATM as well, Beck. 2 16s, cut the risk off, let the profit run. think I'm done for the afternoon, Beck. I hope you're done for the afternoon. You deserve a beer for that one, Beck. So well done. Well, that's fantastic, Beck. Well done. Well done. Well done. Now, for those that are short on the NASDAQ, guys, for those that are short on the NASDAQ, we've gone to our desired target zone. Guys, exactly where we wanted them to go is just beyond 397.50. We've gone well beyond that, enough to pay everybody that's short. So guys, now we've gone to the target zone for the longer range traders. Please make sure that you've taken as much money off the market as you possibly can. We will probably see, guys, we'll probably see a little bit more selling, and then we would start to analyze where we are on the bigger charts. All right, so I'd suggest a bit more selling coming. No new trades on FDAX at this stage. All right, so that Fibonacci, as we spoke about, as that Fibonacci becomes, no, they've already made that one expire. That Fibonacci becomes that one. Oh, look at that. 61.8 Fibonacci failure. Absolutely perfect. Martin, you got a 72 on NQ. That is an absolutely brilliant trade. MJ's gone short on the static bar reversal. Mate, that is 100% valid. 100% valid, that minus 21. So if you've gone short for 5 points, mate, well done. Well done, well done, well done. As what I'm looking for is I'm looking for higher highs or lower lows in order to put all the beginner traders into these trades as well. If you're trading in front of me, that's awesome, guys. Now, as I stated earlier, guys, my accounts are sitting at 437, 437, 376, and 405. So a little bit of a variation between we've got 4 of them, guys. We've got 4 of them. So four accounts, all of them are above 400, except one is just under 300. Yeah, one is just under 300. So that being said, we will cruise along, guys. For those that are on YouTube, guys, we'll keep you on for probably another 15 or so minutes, and then I'll spend the final 45 or so minutes with the LTR, guys, with the LTR members. Now, clearly, guys, if the LTR members have got any questions at all, now's a really, really good time to ask. In fact, we'll do that, guys, in the last 15 or so minutes. We'll do that in the last 15 minutes of the hour, just to make sure that anybody who is in the live trading room can get those questions answered, why we do what we do, how we do what we do, and similar things. All right. So mathematics, guys, looks like mathematics and indicators win the day again today. Some of the traders, as young Beck was long from all the way down the bottom of the jar. These are the static bar reversals we were talking about earlier on. So Beck's picked them up around about here. Absolutely incredible trades, and it's flown. So a big well done, to those. A big well done to those who have taken those trades. Massive well done. All right, massive well done. Now, let's just see what we've got. I do believe, guys, there is some selling coming in on the NASDAQ at this stage. So I am expecting it to go down a little bit further. Most of you are already out of your targets. And guys, I am expecting a really, really gangbuster. Certainly the last sort of 45 minutes, guys. We'll turn YouTube off at the 45-minute mark. I am expecting the turn of the hour trades, guys, to be very, very good. So if you are in the LTR, guys, you've got any questions, hit me up in the last 15 minutes of the session. Let's just watch what's going on. I'm just watching, guys. I'm just watching. Obviously the best trade, guys, on the NASDAQ today has been any very, very strong candle supported by Delta. Guys, or any failure candle supported by Delta. They've been the strongest ones so far. They've been the strongest ones so far, and I think that is really exciting. Stopping indicators disappearing when we do an indicator update or having. Ken, that's a very, very good question. The answer is yes. The answer is yes. I will, mate, if you can send an email to Tim, say, hey, I would like this to occur. How do I do this? How do I do that? And we can rock and roll from there. There's no question. Now, FDAX at this stage, guys, FDAX, I've got no new trades, guys, on the NASDAQ, right? No new trades on the NASDAQ. For the FDAX, guys, buyers clearly own the stair step. There's no question about that. So we would be looking for, let me just look, guys. I've got the FESX trading into a pivot. Guys, I've got the FESX trading into actually multiple pivots. So for the FDAX, guys, we're not going to go long. That's a very, very strong candle, but we're not going to go long. May I suggest we're probably better off going short. Look at the daily order 76. MJ should do. Yeah, I can. In fact, if you email Tim, it should be there. 100% correct. Very, very easy to do, and we were working on that. So yes, absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. So at this stage, guys, I'm looking for shorts on the FDAX. I don't really want to go long with the FESX doing what it's currently doing. It's caught on OSRs, caught on multiple pivots, multiple Fibonacci's. The flip side of all of that, is, again, for those people that trade off pivots on NASDAQ, guys, if you trade statically, absolutely incredible trade. Every time we've had a strong candle today, it's gone through at least its first target and its risk control, and then we've had a failure at the top here, which is exactly what we wanted. The buyers failing, so we joined the sellers. Now at this stage, guys, for the short on FDAX, for any FDAX traders that need another trade, I'm looking for a static bar reversal short underneath yesterday's low. So looking for a static bar reversal short underneath yesterday's low. The idea behind that, is that, again, if the FESX can't push through very, very key market levels, we're likely to pick up short. All right, so MJ, if you can send an email, just flick an email through to Tim and say, can we add this in? I know we were working on it. Very, very easy to do. So there's no reason why we can't do that. Okay, now at this stage, as for those traders that were short on the NASDAQ, you've done very, very well. As I said to you, I'm still expecting a little bit of selling on the NASDAQ. There's no question about that. Is that a lower low or a double bottom? It is a double bottom. So I wouldn't be surprised, guys, if we get a little bit more selling. And then we are going to look to, guys, we're going to look for the turn of the hour. We're going to look for some really, really lovely trades, guys, in the first sort of 15 to 20 minutes. First 15 to 20 minutes of the new hour. It should be quite good fun. Now, that being said, 2 minutes or so, guys, until the last 15 minutes. For the YouTubers, guys, we're going to drop you guys off at the 45-minute mark. And I will then do a Q&A with the live trading room. I will then look for the turn of the hour trade. And also, guys, the next half an hour or so of the new hour should actually be quite profitable based on our current volatility. Yes, Dan, absolutely, mate. So I will, I'll speak to Tim. And we will make sure that is done for you guys. Very, very easy to do. Very, very easy to do. All right, let me see. So guys, as expected, we're starting to slow down a little bit. That we may have some SP 500 traders, guys, who are short on this -4 rated SBR off the 50 of the day. If you are short off the 50 of the day, then we're looking for a lovely push down, guys, through 4s, 8s, and 12s. It's already gone through 4s. As we spoke about this when we got the NASDAQ trade as a reciprocal trade on the SP 500. So you guys have already gone through your 4s, you've gone through your 8s, you're almost at 12s. For the S&P traders, you would have to watch, guys, whether they can push through yesterday's low. Yeah, TO 100%. The virtual LTR is still there. It's still bopping along. We said we do a 3-month trial on that, TO. It's bopping along every day. We've got Typically we had about sort of 14, 15 traders in there. If there's news, there's more in there. If there's no news, there's nobody in there. But it is still bopping along, Theo. It's again, we wanted to test the capacity, see if we could do it. The test has gone very well. Everything virtual has actually gone very, very well. Dan, yeah, it's pretty lonely. It's pretty low. If there's news on, mate, or if one of the moderators is in there, it's really popular. If there's no moderators in there, no, less popular. All right, so YouTube, I'm going to love you and leave you. We've got to get ready for Q&A in the live trading room, and then of course the turn of the hour, which is normally really, really volatile. So YouTube, thank you for joining us. If you got any questions at all, please do reach out to Samurai Day Trading. Guys, I'm just going to, let me just jump on that. Right, what I've got to do, guys, I've got to stop the share. So just hold on one sec. I'm going to stop your share. All right, let me stop the share. Perfect.